the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. GA, it's all yours.
Well, the Utah Jazz tries to keep their players happy by financially incentivizing them. Contract bonuses include on-the-court performance, physical fitness, and off-season workouts. The team's general manager said, "To be a significant program, we need to be great defensively and with individual development. The bonuses are created with those goals in mind." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Schroeder.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Nader in at the small forward position. And for the Jazz, Green plays the 4 with Gobert at center. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. About this time of the year, we hear early talk about end-of-the-season awards. When you're thinking about who you'd vote for MVP or whatever, Doris, when do you start giving consideration to those topics?
You know what's fascinating, Kevin, is where all the major awards are considered, particularly the MVP, it feels like there's a narrative that develops back when the season starts. The key as a voter, I think, is to sort of eliminate the noise, look at the numbers, consider the success of teams, and make your decision from there. You've got to make sure you're really doing your research.
And sometimes, am I right, it comes down to the final couple days of the regular season before a voter like yourself knows for sure.
Kev, I have cast my MVP ballot on the last possible day in each of the last 3 years.
Wow. That free throw good from Gallinari. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Gallinari hits them both.
And the playmaking of Joe Ingles, such a valuable asset for the Jazz.
Well, Greg, they've needed more shot creation, and his growth in that regard, especially operating in the pick and roll, such a big lift to their offense.
Green breaking loose, and it's Mitchell missing. Here's Oklahoma City now. Down low, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Pass to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Good on the bucket.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
It's been a slow start here for Utah. 6-point game. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Another shot. Nice shot by Gobert.
I love it when Rudy Gobert crashes the offensive glass, uses those long arms to great advantage.
Passes it to Adams. Paul looking around. Back to Adams. Paul against Conley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, we're now in the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
And that one falls for Paul.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Memphis.
I thought his physicality was crucial, too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounding.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, at 7'1", Rudy Gobert has become known as the Stifle Tower, and this guy's starting to excel and get a bigger role on the offensive end.
Good on the second free throw.
Interesting story about Rudy Gobert. He was an excellent student in high school, but he was getting into physical fights. So what does his mom do? Play sports, my son. Track and field, martial arts, even ping pong. What I love, though, is he has not lost that tough disposition.
Now here is Conley. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Here's Nader. Paul, right side. And he can't bank that one in. And Doris, especially at that center position. You know, GMs like a player with a fighting spirit.
Rudy Gobert plays with a chip on his shoulder and a competitive spirit. A lot of 7-footers, Kevin, play the game simply because of their size. Rudy Gobert wants to be great.
Green dishes to Mitchell. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. There's the pass to Gobert. The jump hook. Basket counts. Gobert's got 7.
Well, to me, this is what great point guards do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrating just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Gobert. 2nd in field goal percentage, 3rd in rebounding. And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. Gobert with the block.
Let's remember that the 7-foot frame includes a 7'9" wingspan. Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower, doing work.
Now here's Conley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Gallinari leading the charge.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Utah comes into this one after the win against the Grizzlies. Pass to Bogdanovich. Green with the ball. Nice ball movement by Utah. Conley finds Bogdanovich. To the wing right side. Mitchell outside. A three ball. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. The drive by Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
And Jeff Green, now a journeyman veteran in the NBA. But you know what, Doris? He'll give you good production.
It doesn't matter, Kevin, where you seem to play this guy. Jeff Green finds a way to contribute. Listen, I know his three-point shooting can be hot and cold, but this guy is aware of when to look for it and when to move the basketball. 2 qualities you love.
That free throw, no good.
Well, the Thunder have always done a great job of finding players to fill roles on their team.
Well, you look at the talent they have lost over the years for a variety of reasons. Most notably, Russell Westbrook and Paul George, James Harden, Victor Oladipo, Serge Ibaka, just to name a couple of guys. This team, though, has always had that next man up. They've got a great front office who does a great job reloading every season. Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders. That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
Conley against Paul. Conley kicks to Green. Mitchell outside. Utah gets it back. Pass to Conley. There's the dish to Gobert. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Passes to Bogdanovich. Shoots over Adams. They grab their own miss. Green breaking loose, and the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. The Thunder leading by 4. Al Paul, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Rebounded by the Jazz. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Conley, the pass to Green. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on that one, so Utah will take it the other way. Paul against Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
Conley surveying the D. The pass to Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Well, the ability to rise and fire in catch-and-shoot situations, he keeps the defenders off balance.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great footwork. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
Oh, I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. And the Jazz with some changes. Joe Ingles is checked in for Green. O'Neal comes in for Bogdanovich. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Now, here is Muscala. It's stolen by Gobert. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. Gobert dishes to Mudiay. 5 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Mudiay certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
A free throw good for Mudiay. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Both free throws good for Mudiay.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Mudiay must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He really was a guy also who stepped up in that win against the Blazers. And Noel kicks it over to Schroeder. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
Conley, the pass to Mudiay. Davis dishes to Mudiay. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered closely. Pass to Muscala. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Shot on the wing. The rebound by the Jazz. Over in the corner, Mudiay. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Thunder with the lead. Fires for 3. Mudiay with the rebound. Utah's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Conley. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And you can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Schroeder with the ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Trying to find Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it to him.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Conley, the pass to Davis. A minute 50 left in the first quarter. Here's Moutier. Second chance shot, and Davis lays it in. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Schroeder with the tip. Great positioning on the putback.
We're talking about a guy who's got incredible length. Nerlens Noel doing work on the glass.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Utah Jazz. He kicks it to Davis. Pass to Conley. From 13, goes back up. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Muscala. He dishes it to Schroeder. The shot, count it, his second make in 4 attempts.
Well, Dennis Schroeder taking advantage of the pick and roll action. Very good decision maker.
Conley kicks to Ingles. Outside Conley. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Schroeder, he made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Schroeder against Conley. Right wing. Here's Moutier. Davis on the follow. Davis has got 6.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And we'll be back with you shortly. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about, winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Nerlens Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Burton in at the 2. And that one falls for Mike Conley. Well, it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Emmanuel Moutier. Schroeder looking over the floor. On deep. Conley grabs the miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Ingles passes to Davis. Tries again, and it's good on the way in. Davis has got the lead up to 5 now for Utah.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Now here's Noel. He had 13 points in the win against Portland.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's Schroeder. From deep. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz, DA. Thank you. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Conley. No good there. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Now here's Moutier. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis. Davis against Noel. And Conley gets it to go. The assist by Davis. 8 points for Conley.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him Shirt Off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
For the Jazz, Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Bogdanovich comes in for Joe Ingles. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Moutier. Thunder trailing by 7. Inside, here's Schroeder. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Schroeder's got 8 points.
Well, how about the smart basketball play by Dennis Schroeder? Normally, he's the guy making the pass. This time, he's the finisher. That's beautifully done.
And Utah making a change here. Green's checked in. And Gobert kicks to Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Bogdanovich, no luck. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Paul. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Conley against Paul. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 5. Baseline jumper, and he gets it to go. Conley's got 8 points in the quarter.
Capable of scoring from anywhere. Got to be cognizant of Conley when he's looking to shoot.
The pass to Nader. Gobert against Adams. Gobert with the block. Green deciding where to go with it. Kicks to Conley. Pass to Gobert. This is to Bogdanovich. No good on the three. Thunder trailing by 5. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Utah now. Jazz leading by 5. Outside Conley. Mitchell against Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
That one is off. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
He hits the second from the line.
You know what I love about Donovan Mitchell? He is just as great off the court as he is on. This guy is engaging. He's self-aware. He is the real deal.
The offensive rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I'll tell you, Steven Adams is a load on the clock. That frame makes him an impossible check.
The Thunder have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. The first one falls. And with his dad working with Major League Baseball players, Mitchell was rubbing elbows with guys making millions. He saw some players who stayed humble and others who didn't. And you know what, Doris? I think it made an impression.
And I think, Kevin, if you listen to Donovan, he talks about how his parents impressed upon him the importance of how you treat people. So even with all the success, it's not going to this young man's head. He is so grounded.
Doris, one of the biggest free agent signings in years. LeBron James going to the Lakers. What did you think of his first season with L.A.?
Well, when you're LeBron James, perhaps no athlete in the history of the NBA has borne the weight of expectation as much as LeBron. So if there's anything short of a playoff appearance, there's disappointment. But what I would say is, through Christmas Day and his first real injury that he had to endure, LeBron was playing like an MVP. We are talking about one of the greatest to ever do it. I expect them to turn things around in Lakerland this year.
I agree with you, and I agree on your prediction. A free throw drops for Gobert.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Both good from the line that time. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. But Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players but they're erasing that perception.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
How about the intensity of Bogdanovich? A superb dunk off the drive.
Paul outside. High arcing shot, rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Conley, a chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Thunder trailing by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Stolen by Conley. Green dishes to Conley. Green left side. Mitchell finds Bogdanovich. Gallinari against Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Conley's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Pass to Mitchell. Shoots over Schroeder. That one rolling around and rims out.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now here's Conley. 10 points for him. Gobert, the pass to Bogdanovich. Out to Conley. Mitchell wide open. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists tonight. Schroeder against Mitchell. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Schroeder.
Well, the Dennis Schroeder show is cooking on all cylinders right now. The defense has no answer.
Conley finds Gobert. Whistle blows, if that's going to be a travel. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now, here's Adams. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Kicks it out to Paul. This one for 3. Connects from three-point range. And now, just a 2-point Jazz lead. Conley against Paul. Outside, Bogdanovich. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Nader's shot's good. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Passes it to Gobert. Paul against Conley. Now the pass to Bogdanovich. On the wing, Mitchell. Shoots over Schroeder, and there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Conley. Conley's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Gallinari. Paul outside. Adams against Gobert. And Adams kicks to Paul. No good on the triple. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Jazz. He gets it in there. And now it's a 3-point Jazz lead.
Well, it's 6'8". Bojan Bogdanovich is very comfortable in close.
And one of the worst kept secrets of last season, the Jazz looking for an upgrade in their backcourt to pair with Donovan Mitchell.
Well, there's no question, Greg. That was a poorly kept secret indeed. They felt the Grizzlies leaked their trade talks from Mike Conley, going so far as to call it unethical. Consequently, the guard spot was the big focus for them this summer.
Here's Paul, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Paul against Conley. Releases. Paul's shot is off.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Bogdanovic picking up that last basket. Floats one up. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Chris Paul.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
Now, here's Mitchell. He had 22 points in the win against Memphis. Here's Nader, over by Conley. Nader the pass to Adams. The jump hook. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. It's stolen by Adams. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Basket good. 14 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Boy, there are not many players in the league who are going to be faster than Dennis Schroeder in the open floor.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points in the game. Three-pointer.
Well, tremendous defense from Dennis Schroeder. He is willing to give extra effort on that end of the floor.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. This guy should be starting, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but, boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Green plays the 4 with Gobert at center. And it's Bogdanovic in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Now, here's Mitchell. Pass to Conley. 6 to shoot. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here's Bogdanovich. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. It's hauled in by Adams. The Thunder with the lead.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Ball against Conley. Now the dish to Bogdanovich. And Gobert kicks to Bogdanovich. On the wing, Mitchell. Shoots over Adams. With 1 on the clock. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a boost when Rudy Gobert is this efficient on the offensive end. Such a smart basketball player.
Passes it to Gallinari. The pass to Nader. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nader's got 7 points in the game. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's Conley, and Adams sends it back.
Boy, this guy is such a defensive stalwart. Steven Adams' size and timing. Send it back, Steven.
Nader's shot's good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Jazz trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Conley, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Chris Paul picks up that one. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
And he makes the first.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
He's perfect from the line this time. And Greg, you talk to Conley, he'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Bogdanovich. 8th in three-point shooting. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And back to his efficiency from three, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's Burton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Again with the block, making his presence felt on this end.
He's holding down the fort, anchoring the defense.
As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Ball against Conley. Here's Baisley. Back to Paul. Fires from deep. That shot off the mark. The Jazz go the other way with it. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. On the wing, Mitchell. Alexander covering. And it's Mitchell missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
First free throw is good. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Noel's checked in for Paul. No good on the second free throw. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Now, here's Alexander. Following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Pass to Baisley. Here's Burton, covered by Conley. Stolen by Mitchell. He kicks to Conley. Mitchell looking it over. The Jazz with another miss.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Feeds it to Conley. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovic has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Fourth selection back in the 07 draft. Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
Alexander passes to Noel, and it goes down 2 points. Noel's got his second basket.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Conley left side. Back to Mitchell. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. 13 points for Donovan Mitchell.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Mitchell. And now Utah, fast break. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Well, we talk about Donovan Mitchell as an exceptional two-way talent. No better example than right there.
Here's Burton. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points for the game.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Davis is checked in for Utah. Moutier comes in for Mitchell. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Moutier. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Now, here is O'Neal. D right on him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick in Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
He's off on the first. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him. And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That's his first foul. Utah's on defense. They lead by 4. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Noel. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Now here is Conley. 18 points for him. Now Moutier. Back to Conley. 5 on the clock. From 13. Up again. And it's Noel with the rebound. Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here is Conley. Following the score by Oklahoma City. He gets that one. Moutier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, Moutier, tough shot through contact. That is nice.
Stolen by O'Neal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead. Thunder have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. Here's Burton. And the pass to Noel. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Conley finds Ingles. Back to Conley. It's up a 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Burton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Emmanuel Mudiay picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Thunder have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And the first one drops. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Mike Conley. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Gallinari's checked in. And he makes both free throws. And so it's Mudiay with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. It's stolen by Schroeder. For the lead. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Donovan Mitchell twice on the pipes. The rejection is nice.
And there it is for him. And the Jazz lead by 2.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Schroeder passes to Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Mudiay. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now a 4-point Jazz lead.
You see the ability of Mudiay to get into space and be a factor in transition.
Pass to Burton. Gallinari surveying the D. Knocked away. Passes it to Burton. 4 on the shot clock. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by O'Neal. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Utah leading by 4. The Jazz working the ball around now. Mudiay with the ball. He's got 10. Pulls it from the elbow. Second shot opportunity, and the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
Mudiay kicks to Mitchell. The tray. Utah gets it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Hits it from 3-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Here's Mudiay. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
How about the athleticism of Emmanuel Mudiay, understanding how to pick up contact and still go.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
The first free throw is good. The Jazz making a switch here. Green's checked in, and the Thunder making a switch here. Both free throws good for Mudiay.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Now here's Paul. He's got 13. That shot, no good. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Here's Mitchell. Off target from the baseline. And so it's Mike Conley making highlights for the Utah Jazz. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Nerlens Noel. And it's Nader in at the 3, the small forward. Ingles can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 3. Now here's Noel. He dishes it to Gallinari. Here's Nader. Ingles covering. Here's Adams. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Green, the pass to O'Neal. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. And here is O'Neal. Here's Mitchell. Ingles trying to get open. He feeds it to Mitchell. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
And there's the pass to Paul. He lobs it up. He's looking for Noel and finds him.
Boy, there's an energy about Nerlens Noel, and if he's being this assertive, the defense has got to be uneasy.
Free throw missing.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass.
Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And he sinks the second.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Mitchell passes to Gobert. Dishes it to Green. And Green slams it in.
Well, Rudy Gobert stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy and puts the pass on the money.
Paul against O'Neal. Good D by Mitchell.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
O'Neal kicks to Mitchell. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. From deep, Green. The rebound by Steven Adams.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
The shot, no good. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And the basket is good. And now a 6-point Jazz lead.
When you think pure scorer, one of the guys that comes to mind, as young as he is, Donovan Mitchell.
Paul dishes to Noel. Pass to Nader. Gobert with the block. And they get it back. And here's Gallinari outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Utah leading by 3. O'Neal passes to Mitchell. Green kicks to Mitchell. Launches it. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Now here's Noel. Utah with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's the dish to Mitchell. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Mike Conley's checked in for Utah. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Noel. Outside, Bogdanovich. Lock at 6. Outside, Green. Over Gallinari. A second chance effort. Gobert can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively. Well, after netting 1 in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Mitchell outside. Outside Conley. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gallinari's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah. He kicks it to Green. Shot to stop the run. And Green slams it in.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Doesn't go that time. Utah's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Mitchell, count it, and will have a chance for a 3-point play. Chris Paul picks up that one.
This is what Donovan Mitchell is looking for. He wants to seek out body contact and get the hoop in the harm. Boy, when you talk to his teammates and his coaching staff, Bojan Bogdanovich, one of the toughest guys you'll see in the league. He doesn't say much, kind of stays to himself, but boy, when the ball goes up, does this guy compete.
Now, here is Gallinari. Back to Paul. 3-pointer. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Ball against Mitchell. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. From deep 3-point range, the Thunder pull it in. And growing up a young child in the violence of Croatia during the Yugoslav wars, Doris, Bogdanovich said it affected everyone.
Not only that, Kevin, but think about it. This is a young man who at 16 years of age left his home on his own to go play pro basketball in Madrid. And what does it translate to? Well, he can now speak 4 languages. I'll tell you this, Bogey knows a thing or two about resiliency.
That free throw, no good. Or as you think about the anchor of this team, Steven Adams just holds it down in the middle.
Oh, Steven Adams does so much, but it all starts on the defensive end with this guy. He takes away so much space on the interior. He is commanding on the backboards. He contests shots. Everything you could hope for, Steven Adams brings.
No luck that time either.
What I love about Steven Adams is he approaches the game with a level of physicality that sets a tone for his team. Outstanding defensively and growing offensively.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Mitchell. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Bank shot, no good. Under trailing by 3. He takes the 13-footer, and he hits the jump shot.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there. Just calmly rises and fires.
Conley against Paul. Conley, the pass to Gobert. To the inside. And there's Green on the assist by Gobert. And it's 7 points for Jeff Green.
Well, improving his passing over the years, this is what you like to see from Rudy Gobert, and a wrinkle or two in the offseason.
Now, here's Adams. The feed now to Gallinari. Great tee that time from Green. Bogdanovich left side. Mitchell outside. That 3 off the mark.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. Green kicks to Bogdanovich. And the Thunder making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Thunder on D. Now Conley. 5 on the clock. Back to Bogdanovich. Another miss by Utah. Oklahoma City trailing. And Gallinari kicks it over to Schroeder to take the lead. A shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Schroeder against Conley. They double-team Conley. Mitchell outside. There's the pass to Conley. Back to Mitchell. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Jazz shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Green passes to Conley. It's stolen by Schroeder. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 1.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Utah calls timeout. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Now here is Conley.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
Bogdanovich dishes to Green. Here's Bogdanovich. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Clock at 4. Now, here's Bogdanovich. Defense is right there. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. The Thunder with the lead. Schroeder against Conley. Gallinari attacking. He blocks it again. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
Off the inbound, and the layup is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 27 points. Jazz trail by 3. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Green passes to Mitchell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Gallinari.
When Donovan Mitchell is this close to the cup, the defender has got to feel a bit uneasy.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
It is still amazing to me that in 2017, Donovan Mitchell wasn't even a top 10 pick. If you had a redraft, he'd likely go top 2. Absolutely incredible.
And Mitchell drops them both.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They lead by 1. Adams outside. He dishes it to Gallinari. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Gallinari's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
1:39 left in the 4th quarter. Second shot opportunity and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you've got to credit Mitchell for staying aggressive in that situation and getting the defense to foul him.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. And Mitchell drops them both. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. Gallinari up top. Fires at the elbow. Again, the Thunder score.
Perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
And it was timely. I mean, that's a basket they had to have, and an absolutely vital possession.
Now, here's Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Doubled by Conley. Shoulder kicks to Nader. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, a wide-open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Mitchell. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Hey, Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now, here's Gallinari. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Gallinari with it. Now Green defending. Shot left block. The rebound by the Jams. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell.
Got it! He might be young, but Mitchell is clutch. That's beautifully done.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Gallinari against Green. Gallinari with it. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Puts up a 3. Misses the train. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home. That advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Mike, when you look at how the team's been playing the last few games, are you happy with the way things are going?
Yeah, I think we're playing very well. I think we're finally getting the chemistry that we want, and everybody's just playing hard right now.
Always a team effort here. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.